Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you a video of some mods that I made on the Syma X1 that I bought a while back. This is actually the first one that I ever bought, and before I get into it I just want to say this Syma X1 is the perfect starter quadcopter in my opinion for someone who wants to get into the sport, if you will. The thing is extremely maneuverable. It's extremely strong. I mean, I've crashed this thing. I cannot count the number of times. And it just continues to fly and fly and fly. Now, I bent some props, but it's just a matter of unbending them. And in one case, I broke it fairly well and had to replace the motor and the little gear that goes along with it. But that being said, it's a very fun quadcopter. I play with it almost every day. So let's take a look at this thing, shall we? So this is it. Now, the first thing that I did with it is I painted this thing here black, and I painted it a shiny black entirely, front and bottom, to distinguish it from others. Then I cut right here, I cut out a little square, and I glued from the underneath a piece of clear plastic in it. And I did the same thing right here. Let's see if I can, right there. And the reason for that was so that I could see the light blinking on the inside and determine when I had connected with the transmitter, and also in flight so I could easily tell more easily when the battery was getting down to where I had to bring it home. The other thing I did for purpose of orientation is that I painted these a bright pink. Let's see here, a bright pink. And I put on the top, in the event that I lose it somewhere in the grass or the trees, which I've done, this bright orange circle thing. It comes in, you can get it at any store that sells office supplies. They come in sheets, and just took it off and I just stuck it on there. And also for purposes of orientation, I put one on this side so I knew the left. And then again for the rear, I put some on the back like that. One of them fell off. The next thing I did is I put these on here. Now there's videos on YouTube that show how to do that. And these are just zip ties. You just come around, come through here. Then I got a smaller one. Let's see here, right there. That came around here. Then for added strength so it doesn't come off, I just put a couple of drops of instant glue on it. And that's worked really well. I've had to replace maybe one or two of them, something like that. I did break this one pretty good and had to replace the motor, and this shaft here got bent. It's a little plastic thing that the propeller sets in. And then the other thing I did with it is I got a bigger battery, and I put it in there so that it was equal distance. Let's see here if I can show you. And you see this circular thing here? So it was equidistant from the ends here and here. Or I also put something here on the bottom too so I could see if it's upside down. And then I put a little glue on it right in here so it didn't move. And then I was able to trim it so that whenever I started the quadcopter, it would be in the same trimming aspect that I had left in before. I also do not remove this battery, and I charge it with it on the copter, which some people don't think that's a very good idea, etc. But when I store it on top of this here. It's just an piece of aluminum that I cut. In the event that something should happen with the battery and catch fire, then it would kind of drip onto this tin foil and protect the wood bookshelf underneath it. And that's pretty much it. This one here I lost once in a tree way up, easily 100 feet up. And it was up there for a while, wouldn't blow down. So I eventually got a slingshot, and I bought a 3/4 inch round piece of wood at the local hobby shop, and then it had a hole drilled through it. And I got my fishing pole took off the lures and whatnot, put it on cast, and then put the end of the fishing line through the hole, tied it, stuffed it on both ends, some lead weights, and then put the ball in a slingshot and shot it up at just above the branch where it was at. So I wrapped around it, went over it, and I could pull on it, and it fell down. But in the meantime, before I did that, I bought another one, and that one currently is in another tree behind my house, not as high up, but it had fallen, and now I can't see it, and it didn't fall on the ground, so it must have fallen into some other foliage. There's behind my house a lot of woods and a lot of brush. I'm going to get my V26 and put my Mobius on it and go searching for it today, see if I can see it from up above. Anyway, that pretty much shows you the mods that I've made on it. Oh, here, let me show you this this charger I got for it. This is what I use. I unplugged it. It's got another end that goes in here and goes into the USB hub that I've got. And you get 5 of these plugs with it here. So I got at one time when I had the other X1, I was able to charge them both up together. It's a very confident charger. It's Holystone. If you can see that there. And it turns off when the battery gets full. So that's very cool. All right, so that pretty much goes over what I've done with this Syma X1. Again, a very confident, very well made, very durable quadcopter. The next one I'm going to make here is on the V262 that I modified. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something and it helps you to do something with your Syma X1. Bye-bye.